Let me ask you guys a couple of questions, because you guys obviously are brought together because you saw something that wasn't going the way you wanted to go, so you wanted to get involved, right?
Yeah.
So what is it exactly that drove you guys to come together? What is it exactly? What's that one point that brought you together? There's a common bond that you guys have. What is it exactly?
You know, it's stuff that wasn't even like far from us. You know, down the street this happened. Around the corner, got stopped again for nothing. You know, little stuff like that. But when it started mounting up and everybody noticing it, you know, you figure somebody will say something, and after a while, when you figure nobody will, you just start finding people that got that in common with you. And
For me, it was kind of like just my ignorance of everything. I realized how much I didn't know about just local government, and I wanted to get involved. On top of with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, that kind of forced everything to come to life for people and make it a reality. Like, we have injustice in our own selves, in our community. What can we do? And then when Avery and Drew did the protest, and they, well, my phone ringing, that kind of just made me want to collab with some other people.
Okay.
I just want to say, like, we're all like 2, 3, maybe 4 years out of high school. Like, we're just now getting into our adult lives, and we're seeing these things for ourselves. Like, when I was in high school, I wasn't driving around. Like, I was mostly at home or at school. But now I'm driving around, I get stopped by the police, and I'm realizing, like, even though I have nothing against me, and I do get pulled over, it's probably because I was going like 10 miles over the speed limit or something like that, but it's terrifying. Like, every single time I'm left shaking, literally shaking for no reason.
I can see your body language changing now. Just relax.
You're right.
Yeah.
I know, but it's like, just thinking about it makes me
no
nervous.
yeah.
Like, I get, like, when I think about the police, I get nervous and I get angry because it has such that negative association for me as a black woman.
Yeah.
And if I can make that not a reality for my little cousins that are still in school, for my family that lives all throughout Cleveland Heights in my community, I'm always gonna take that step.
Just seeing the social climate now on the civil rights and seeing George Floyd's death and Breonna Taylor's death and many others, I kind of wanted to make a change, and I saw the flyer for the
First time hall.
for the first town hall that they held, and you know, I came and I listened, and after, you know, the thing was over, after the town hall was over, I came and spoke to them, and we kind of just came together. So I also want to, I live in Shaker Heights, I don't live in Cleveland Heights, and I want to kind of bring that to my own city.
Your own city, your own community.
I think, unfortunately, George Floyd's murder was like the catalyst for like so much change just across the country. And then I was just going to protest all over the city. And I really think like the police brutality is like the start of it. But one thing that I really liked about this group and these guys was the fact that like police brutality wasn't the only issue. It's systemic and systematic racism everywhere, and even in our own community. Because I personally feel like Cleveland Heights is quite racially segregated throughout the entire city, along with University Heights, which is a part of like the conjoined school district. And I just see how that impacts people. Like, I graduated from Heights in 2017, and I was one of the few like black students in AP classes and things like that. And then my black friends that weren't felt really like different and like just apathetic. And I can see that it can come from like a long time of just teachers and people telling them that they can't do stuff or not helping them find the opportunities to do things that they want to do. And I've seen that start off young, and I've seen it with my peers just moving through school, and I feel like it's something that's greater than that that can be changed as well. So this is just the start, but we have a lot more to do.
And I'm feeling like it's been a long time since someone's done something. Someone's like done, like actually took a step forward. As a person who, you know, live in Cleveland Heights, I got cousins, I got, you know, siblings that you know, interact with the, you know, Cleveland Heights community. It's just terrifying when you go outside. Like, it's just crazy that we all have the same story. Like, hey man, I left Fried Pops, you know how many times I got stopped? And it's like, what? I did too, and I did too, and I did too. And then like, when you go to traffic court, you just see one, you know, group of people. But they say that it's more whites that live in Cleveland Heights than blacks. So why is it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just, it was just, you know, walking to the store on Noble, getting, you know, 6 cars pulled up on us, and they're like, we're looking for this person. And I'm like, what? And, you know, it's just, if I was white, I mean, I'm light skinned, but if I was white, they wouldn't have thought twice about it. They wouldn't, they would just would have, oh no, that's not the guy. So it's just a lot of things that I think we can actually change in Cleveland Heights. I think that we're actually doing it the right way. because you have protesters, you have demonstrators, and you have organizers. And so I think we're doing it the right way. You know, no matter how much backlash we may get, we're still trying to do it the right way, because you still have to work with the local law enforcement, whether you like it or not. You still have to work with, you know, your elected officials, because those are the people who can help you. So I just want to change the entire culture of Cleveland Heights. I want every kid to know that they can go in any part of Cleveland Heights. And I also want Cleveland Heights to support all parts of Cleveland Heights, such as like the support that you get on coverage. You don't get that on Noble. So, you know, it's just, yeah, it's just, it's a challenge, but we all met each other and we all came together to take on this challenge together.
So let me ask you guys some tough questions. So the tough question number one is, do you feel to be able to push initiative forward, you have to include Anglos in your group? Anglo, like a white person, any white people that have to be.
I don't
Well,
feel like
the
it's
group is
necessary.
open to
I'm not
everyone.
objecting it at all.
Yeah, like they're
It's-
not excluded, but
I
I
don't
mean,
think forced diversity is needed, but people who can help and can help, we're gonna use our resources, but we're not about to say, you know, let's balance it out, let's get somebody white in here. I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah,
We're welcome
it was
to
just
all
open.
allies.
Everybody, Officer Mack told me, was like, no, you need to. I had the microphone. That's how I got involved.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff spread out wildfire. Like, when you think about the civil rights movement, how much money they got funded from the Jewish community, you know, like your dad just said, the resources, we ain't gonna turn them down now.
Right.
I mean, there's
you know.
plenty of white people at the protest, which
Right.
I'm so happy for, but
Yeah.
they weren't very outspoken, which is why they didn't end up on this panel.
Well, the reason I asked that question, because I'm new to the area, I don't know the area at all, but what you guys are describing is something that I've seen in the 4 weeks I've been here. I haven't had the experience of having someone stop me yet, but what I have seen is that I'm downtown in Cleveland Heights, right there where all the shops are. I'm not familiar with the street, but I seen when they were doing the protests, and there were probably 75–80% Anglos that are marching, you know, on our behalf to with their words, and they were really passionate about it. So I think that you guys have to be open to that. The reason why I asked the question is because I think as they hear your voice and they see the passion that you guys have and what you're talking about, they're gonna want to come and help. And just me observing the community. So the other question I have for you guys is, how far are you willing to go? How far are you willing to go to get your initiatives across?
I don't mean to speak for all of us, but I'm pretty
Say
sure
it.
we're all ready to go all the way.
Yeah, we in the long haul. You say it. We for real.
We're
We
in
do
it
this
to
coming to the
get there.
game.
Yeah.
Councilwoman DeVita told us in the first call, she was like, hey, you know, it's not gonna be cream. Like, we get an agenda and all that stuff, but just be ready. Like every time we have a meeting, her and Barbara say, just be ready for this. They'll say the whole thing, itinerary. All right, now look, it might go this way, and we all have that understanding, like, you know, but we just know the end goal, and so I think we all just focused on it too much to, you know.
Councilwoman called us the chosen ones, and I'm 100%.
I'm rocking with that. I like that.
Yeah.
100% ready to live up to that.
oh, that should have been our name.
Man, I mean,
The
The name you guys chose is the Cleveland Heights Youth Council?
Youth
Coalition.
Youth Coalition. I like that, and that's a great name.